So there's this strange bug. This bug exists usually in the swamp and loves to hang out near ponds. That bug is mosquitoes. Most people probably only know this creature for just being annoying, doing small damage here and there, and then watching them explode after attacking a few things. This small explosion is actually broken. It does a small 34 damage AoE. Not that strong, but that's kinda not really why it's broken. Getting hit by it is where the real strange things occur. Things like any animals you have in your inventory suddenly disappearing. Stackable creatures don't get affected by it, interestingly enough. Spiders in your inventory also take damage if you happen to get hit by it. This AoE is able to hit everything in the game, even when it's not hostile. There is a strange thing though that happens with Wendy, and that is when Wendy gets hit by the mosquito's AoE, Abigail also takes damage as well. Abigail will only take damage if she is unsummoned, while Wendy takes damage from this attack. If you somehow manage to get Abigail down to 0 HP while she is unsummoned, she will stop regenerating HP. The flower will also be glitched at whatever stage Abigail is at. Summoning Abigail at this point will cause her to be summoned, but she won't act like Abigail. Instead, she will just stay still, not moving. You can still push her around and she will still move away from Wendy if she's riled up. But Abby just does not follow Wendy anymore. Abigail will still teleport when she is unloaded, however she will still not try and follow Wendy. This form of Abigail actually persists between saves and loading. The only way to fix her is by unsummoning Abigail and resummoning her again. When you do that, she will go back to normal and start regenerating her health again. We know how to get the glitched Abigail and we know how to fix it. But what is it we can do with this glitched version of Abby? Well, Abigail can still attack in this state. She is also immune to being targeted and is immune to any forms of damage, meaning she can just attack endlessly. She doesn't really follow her standard aggression, however. Normally, Abby will attack monsters and anything that is underneath her. She will still do this, however she will only attack if Wendy is really close. When she is in her riled up state, Abigail would normally try and attack anything. However, when she is bugged like this, Abby will only attack monsters or things aggressive to Wendy. There are situations where this bugged Abby can be useful. Boss fights are one, as it basically makes it so Wendy players don't need to care for Abby during the fight. But positioning becomes much more important. You can even take this bugged Abigail down into the caves, and you can easily kill any bosses you want down there. Trap Fuel Weaver behind some lure plants and have Abby just attack him. And if you try to use potions on her, for some reason they just don't work. Maybe it's because they think Abigail's already dead, so there's nothing to use them on. This is a really interesting bug, but it seems very strange to be able to set up. Because you need a low HP Abigail, and you also need to get hit by mosquitoes. So I don't know how practical this bug is actually going to be, but I'm sure people can figure out things to do with it. Another bug that exists deals with Krampus. This one is actually really great for Wigfrids. This bug is based on Krampus running away. After stealing a few items, Krampus will hop into a stack and despawn. A player normally can't kill him while he is in this state, and he gets away. But during his escape, Krampus is still statusable, meaning he can be frozen or slept. Using a pamphlet as he escapes causes him to bug out and exist between dimensions. He is invincible, but he can also be targeted by the player. He won't attack and he will just sit there. The player can still attack him, and for Wigfrid, she steals stats from every attack. So doing this glitch will give Wigfrids an infinite healing station. However, this only lasts while a world is open. The glitch will stay forever until there is a rollback, or if the server owner closes the world, at which that point the Krampus will be freed. And another thing to show off is the Cat o' Nine Tails. This thing has quite a few interesting bugs with it, primarily against creatures that hide, so rock lobsters, slurtles, and cave spiders. While fighting these creatures, they will hide after a set amount of damage is taken. Normally the player will have to wait for them to stop so they can continue fighting. But if you use the Cat o' Nine Tails on these creatures, they will stop hiding and become vulnerable until death. Pretty great for farming slurtles since you don't have to wait for them to stop defending. Great for Wendy as well since the whip crack will affect all hiding slurtles that Abby is attacking, making for easy farming. This whip crack can also affect everyone's favorite boss, the Crab King, making it possible to do the fight with no gems inserted. Granted, he will have 200,000 HP, but this is just something the player can do. I found out that you can guarantee Crab King spawning this way if you use the whip on either a monster or a boss. For some reason, the whip doesn't wake up the boss if you use it on animals like pigmen. I'm not sure how useful this bug is, but this one existed for a long time too, and I thought it was just fun to see. Anyway, those are 3 interesting bugs in DST. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, this has been Tara, and take care.